Imagine yourself awakening before dawn, the cool embrace of early morning air brushing your skin as flickering torches cast warm shadows on ancient stone walls. Tonight, we step into the heart of the Roman Empire,
Bread is
a world
ready.
alive with marble
Perfect,
streets,
just in time for the
distant
evening
market
rush.
buzz, and whispered secrets of centuries past. Let's invite your senses to gently guide you through timeless rhythms and vibrant life as you wonder. What if you woke up in the very center of ancient Rome? Before the world truly wakes, you find yourself gently cocooned in the soft embrace of linen sheets. The fabric is cool against your skin, unfamiliar, yet soothing, as you slowly open your eyes to a room awash in faint ochre light. From somewhere just beyond the stone-framed window, the first delicate notes of birdsong slip into the hush, each chirp a promise that the city will soon stir. Your hand brushes along the linens, tracing the subtle weave. The tactile memory is almost like touching the memory of a dream before it fades. The mattress beneath is firmer than you might know, woven from straw or feathers, whispering faintly as you shift beneath a blanket with a weight you haven't felt in ages. Cool air grazes your cheek, carrying with it a faint bouquet, the gentle perfume of olive oil, the deeper scent of ancient stone, and, just barely, a wisp of wood smoke swirling from distant bakeries starting their fires before dawn. Outside your door, footsteps echo over smooth cobblestones, measured and patient. Someone else rising early, perhaps a servant or merchant, beginning the day as Romans did for centuries. The flicker of torchlight dances across mosaic tiles, casting shifting patterns on walls. Each movement of the flame draws golden ribbons on painted plaster, a quieter kind of sunrise, born not of the sky, but of human hands tending warmth and light. Have you ever woken in a place where every sense feels heightened, where you notice not just the sights, but the softness of the pillow, the faint crinkle of fabric, the world outside whispering its invitation? Do you remember a time, on vacation, maybe, when traveling, or even just at a loved one's home, when the unfamiliarity of morning made every sound and smell newly interesting? There's a sense of possibility in this ancient city not quite yet awake, and for a moment, you're allowed to simply exist among the gentle chorus of birds and the rhythm of your own breathing. The quiet isn't empty, it's alive, an unhurried beginning, edged by the scent of flour being kneaded, oil lamps being snuffed one by one, straw brooms brushing thresholds just out of sight. Take another deep breath. Can you sense the mystery in the air? The hopes of a city about to reveal itself, the assurance that you have all the time you need to adjust, to savor, to simply be present in a world of long ago. Can you imagine letting yourself linger, just for a few minutes more, in this soft awakening, holding on to comfort, wonder, and a little thrill at the newness all around you? Let these moments drift and settle as you prepare to step from the embrace of linen and into the heart of Rome, where the city's gentle breath becomes a melody of movement, flavor, and forgotten stories just waiting to be remembered. Step quietly with me into the growing bustle at the heart of the ancient city, the Roman Forum, where morning wakes in gentle layers of sound and scent. The stones beneath your feet are cool and worn smooth by hundreds of years, echoing with the steady clatter of sandals and the faint, reassuring rhythm of each stride. Above this stone orchestra, soft voices ripple and swell, a merchant beckoning, a child's short laugh, neighbors exchanging news as they pass. The air is full of promise and warmth. Drift closer to the source of an irresistible aroma, fresh bread slowly turning golden in the bakery just opened for business. The scent lingers, sweet and a little yeasty, wrapping around you with a hint of hearth smoke and the faintest trace of honey. Does it remind you of mornings closer to home? Perhaps the first whiff of your favorite bakery, or the friendly bustle at a local cafe before the day truly begins. Sunlight filters down, gold and dancing, casting shifting mosaics on ancient marble and painted plaster. It glimmers in puddles from last night's washing and brings out the rouge in a vendor's apples, the glint on a bronze coin passing from hand to hand. Everywhere, gestures and glances replace words. The market is a language all its own, spoken through nods and shared smiles, through the creak of woven baskets and the gentle barter over plump figs or olive oil. Let your senses wander. The forum holds layers of recent and distant life. The cool roughness of a stone pillar traced by your fingertips, the damp brush of a laurel garland hung over a shop front, the lively chorus of pigeons swooping from one rooftop to the next. Some sounds are sharp. A donkey brays, a crier calls out the day's news, but most are wrapped in the soft companionship of the community, like the comforting hum of a Saturday morning farmer's market. Have you ever found comfort in the familiar chaos of a public square? Many in the U.S. know the feeling of a busy weekend market. The crafts, the crowd, the way the air shimmers with possibility and gentle routine. The ancient forum is rooted in that same everyday pulse, a place to meet a friend, taste a treat, or simply watch the city wake up around you. If you suddenly found yourself swept into a marketplace like this, what one familiar morning sight or sound from your own days would you crave most? The scent of brewed coffee, the sizzle of bacon, the call of your favorite vendor, or maybe something quieter, a favorite face in the crowd, or the soft patter of rain on awnings overhead. Only if you'd like, share in the comments below. Your memory may help someone else find comfort and connection across time and distance. As the forum comes fully alive, the shadows slip from stone into memory, and the day unfolds with thousands of small, shared beginnings. Without pausing the gentle rhythm, let yourself drift onward, forward into moments of flavor, warmth, and fresh discovery, where even the simplest first meal in a new world can become a story worth savoring again and again. As the first light unfolds over tiled roofs, the city murmurs awake, and you make your way to a small wooden table set by the window. The air is soft with a morning breeze, carrying the faint aroma of distant olive groves and just a hint of last night's embers, now cooled to quiet ash. Reaching out, your hand closes around a smooth clay cup, cool and gentle against your palm as you lift it to your lips. On the table rests a simple feast. Ripe figs split open, their pink hearts glistening with droplets of golden honey. The sweetness of the fruit and nectar mingles with the earthy tang of fresh cheese cut into rustic wedges, and a loaf of bread, rough crusted and just torn, still warm from a neighbor's oven. As you take your first bite, the fig's juice spills across your tongue, lush and sun-kissed, followed by the mellow creaminess of cheese that lingers like a memory. The bread is dense, chewy, carrying hints of smoke and grain, so different from the airy slices of modern loaves. Have you ever started your morning with something so honest, a meal made not for hurry or convenience, but for pleasure, nourishment, and the slowness of waking? In ancient Rome, this breakfast was known as Ientaculum, a simple, grounding ritual. Ientaculum is the Roman word for their first meal of the day, typically light and easily gathered, unlike the hearty American breakfasts of eggs, bacon, or pancakes. The clay cup in your grasp cools your fingertips, and as you drink, the flavor is new, perhaps fresh sheep's milk or a diluted light wine. The feeling is both strange and comforting, like sipping warm tea from a favorite mug on a chilly morning at home. The wind outside rustles across the square, mixing the distant clink of market stalls with soft birdsong and the shuffle of early risers. Do you have a favorite way to begin your day? Maybe a bowl of oatmeal, a slice of toast, or just a piece of fruit and coffee shared with stillness. Sometimes the simplicity itself makes the moment memorable, a reminder that not all beginnings need to be grand. The Roman breakfast is a quiet celebration of what's close at hand. Honey from a jar tucked in the cupboard, cheese traded in the marketplace, and bread that gathers the warmth of yesterday's sun. There are no elaborate spreads, no stacks of pancakes, no sizzling bacon, just the gentle harmony of earthy, sweet, and tangy. The flavors linger and mix, inviting you to slow down and notice each part of the morning. Let yourself daydream for a moment, imagining the soft patter of your own kitchen at dawn. Can you sense the gentle differences? The Roman flavors, the cool clay, and the wind fluttering the edge of a linen cloth. These small, ancient rituals are not so far from your own. Each breakfast, whether centuries old or fresh this morning, is a quiet invitation to wake with gratitude, curiosity, and peace. As you finish this simple meal, sunlight flares across the table, warming the cup and catching the sparkle in sticky honey trails. The city's day truly begins, but you, filled and comforted, are ready to move forward, carrying a piece of this lightness into whatever comes next. Let's slip our feet into sandals and step onto the lively stones, where the adventure continues in the songs and shadows of ancient Roman streets. Step softly from the cool, shadowed calm of your room out onto the city's marble steps, their surfaces smooth and worn from countless footsteps. Feel the firm stone beneath your bare feet, a reminder of centuries past, each tile like a quiet pulse in the beating heart of ancient Rome. With each stride, the rhythmic slap of leather-soled sandals echoes across the square, mingling with the rustle of wool and linen cloaks gliding silently over stone. The fabric rests warmly against your shoulder, cool where it catches a fresh breeze in the early sun. Breathe deeply. Let the aroma of laurel wreaths hanging from doorways fill your senses, their fresh, piney scent weaving together with the sharper, sweeter hints of herbs like rosemary, sage, and thyme strung across bustling market stalls. Each smell is a mosaic of market morning. The square around you pulses with movement and sound. Vendors call out greetings, offering ripe figs, aromatic oils, and bundles of vegetables, their voices blending in harmonious waves. Scrolls of parchment, bolts of dyed cloth, and bright jewelry glint in patches of sunlight, offering glimpses into the many stories living among these stones. High above, banners flutter in the breeze, their colors lively and vivid, as if the city itself celebrates, festival-like, every new day. The hum of voices intertwines with the bray of animals, the rumble of wooden cartwheels over cobbles, and the easy murmur of a nearby fountain. Let yourself drift through the crowd, the cool touch of marble beneath your feet, and the gentle warmth of the sun across your skin, part of an endless dance of daily life as timeless children dash past in laughter. Can you remember how it feels to step into a town parade or lively farmer's market, where every sense is awakened and you belong to something bigger than yourself. Taste the difference in the air. Let your fingertips trace the soft nap of a laurel garland, the sturdy strap of a sandal, and the subtle friction of sun-warmed stone. This city, alive with rhythm and detail, invites you to blend in, never apart. Just as a summer festival or bustling weekend market in your own hometown brings people together, this ancient scene welcomes every traveler into its celebration. What sights, sounds, or scents from your own city or favorite festival light up your spirit? Is it the fragrance of bright flowers, the laughter of friends, or simply the feel of cool stone beneath tired feet? Only if you'd like, you're warmly invited to share your thoughts below. Your memory may be a comfort to someone else, here or far away. With each breath of laurel-scented air and step on Roman marble, let yourself move seamlessly into the next unfolding story, toward new tastes, discoveries, and the living day ahead. Step softly into the welcoming embrace of the Roman Thermae, the public bathhouse where steam curls lazily and warm marble invites tired bodies to rest. The air here is thick and humid, heavy with the mingling scents of clean water, fragrant oils, and the subtle smoke of aromatic herbs burning somewhere nearby. Feel the gentle heat radiating from vast marble benches, smooth yet cool where you first touch them, then slowly warming under the sunlit windows above. The steady drip of water echoes softly, like whispered secrets pooling in shallow stone basins. Around you, voices murmur in low, friendly tones. Laughter bubbles briefly before fading into the rhythm of the bathing ritual, a series of slow, unfolding gestures practiced countless times over centuries. The scent of laurel leaves and lavender mixes with warmed clay, wrapping the senses in calm. Imagine dipping your hands into a basin filled with clear, silky water, cool at first, but comforting as it slips over your skin. Perhaps you pass a gentle cloth around, soft and worn from use, its texture grounding you in the moment. Washing here is less chore than ceremony. Soap is made from olive oil mixed with ash. As lather spreads, it carries the faintest olive fragrance, reminding one of sunlit groves on the outskirts of the city. This space is more than mere bathing. It is a sanctuary for body and mind, much like a modern spa, or the quiet solace of a familiar shower after a long day. As you recline on a sculpted marble bench, warmth seeps into your muscles and quiets your thoughts. With each slow breath, the dense steam blurs the room into softness, the bustle outside fading into gentle calm. The bathhouse was a cornerstone of Roman daily life, where friendships blossomed, stories unfolded, and cares were cast away in steamy waters. What small ritual or place offers you a similar retreat? A quiet shower, a soothing soak, or a moment wrapped in softness? If you feel like sharing, gently tell us about your calming corner or relaxation habit in the comments below. Let this soothing haven carry you onward as the city awakens fully and the day's mysteries beckon beyond the mist. Step out into the gentle hush of Rome's sacred quarter, where temples rise skyward on polished marble columns. As you wander along a winding path, your sandals press softly into white gravel, each step making a delicate crunch beneath your feet, a subtle companion to the quiet anticipation in the air. The sun, gentle and low, glimmers off gilded rooftops and flickers along walls draped with silk banners in deep reds and tranquil blues. A breath draws you forward, carried on the faint, smoky sweetness of frankincense rising in the breeze. The scent weaves through the air, blending with wild rosemary and the tender perfume of laurel, creating a tapestry that is both calming and mysterious. Candlelight blinks along the temple's inner walls, casting arcs of amber light onto carved stone, their gentle glow making ancient scenes and gods seem to dance in warmth and shadow. You pass beneath an archway where the flicker of flames illuminates the faces of worshippers bowed in silent reverence. The quiet murmur of prayers intermingles with faint chanting that drifts from within, a thread of harmony between past and present. Cool marble presses against your palm as you pause at the threshold, feeling the pulse of centuries through stone that has witnessed thousands of whispered hopes and humble offerings. Here, in this place sacred to countless Romans, the air feels almost charged with presence. Imagine the mingled scents of beeswax candles, polished bronze, and herbal garlands laid tenderly before altars. Your eyes take in statues both regal and approachable, some grand and famous, others small and lovingly adorned with rings of flowers. Have you ever paused in a hushed sanctuary, a quiet chapel, or the peaceful shade of a forest, where every sound echoes with meaning and every scent offers comfort or mystery? Spaces like these, ancient or modern, invite you to slow down, to sense the world with gentler attention. This Roman temple is home not only to well-known gods like Jupiter or Venus, but also to gentler, lesser-known spirits. Consider Concordia, the goddess of harmony, who reminded ancient Romans that peace within and among people deserved daily gratitude and careful tending. Her shrines were adorned with simple laurel and lilies, places to breathe deeply and hope for unity. Or picture Fortuna, goddess of luck and fate. Her altar is dotted with tokens from travelers, each offering a silent wish for safe passage or fortune's smile. For your understanding, Concordia was worshipped as the bringer of peace and agreement, while Fortuna was seen as the unpredictable force guiding luck and destiny. As you move among the altars, the feeling of gravel against your sandals and the drift of incense become guides, reminding you how sacredness speaks not only in grandeur, but in intimate whispered details. The flicker of each candle is like a heartbeat against the stone, a promise that wishes and gratitude linger here long after footsteps fade. Just as many today might pause for a moment of silence in a busy world, a prayer, a wish, or a breath of intention, so too did Romans seek solace and meaning in these scented, shimmering halls. Is there a ritual or place in your life that brings a similar sense of calm or connection? Sometimes, the simplest gesture, a lit candle, a fragrant flower, a soft whisper, can deepen our sense of belonging no matter where we stand. As you turn to leave, the cool marble and lingering bouquet of incense follow you, trailing comfort and mystery into the sunlight outside. Let the memory of wandering among gods, scents, and sacred light rest gently in your mind, guiding you onward into the heart of Rome, where new sounds, tastes, and discoveries are waiting just beyond the next bend. Step into the heart of Rome as midday approaches, and the city seems to breathe a little faster, the air alive with possibility. The marketplace unfolds before you in a swirl of sound and hue, a gentle symphony of laughter, the rumble of wooden carts, and the soft, persistent bleating of goats tucked between baskets and barrels. Each step draws you further into the chorus, the shout of a seller hawking just-picked grapes, the squeal of a child darting after a stray chicken, neighbors teasing one another over prices with a good-natured ease that feels as old as time. Sunlight glints off copper pots and heaps of green olives, casting dazzling patterns onto the cobblestones. Vendors display their wares. Juicy clusters of purple grapes, plump and sticky sweet under your fingers. Clay bowls filled with golden olive oil that catch the light. Their scent deep and grassy, earthy as an orchard at the peak of harvest. The tang of fermented cheese mingles with the sharper notes of garlic and rosemary, while somewhere nearby, the unmistakable scent of fresh pressed olive oil tugs at your memory. Can you hear the hum of it all? The calls of buyers and sellers blending with the lowing of cattle and the rhythmic thudding of bakers kneading dough. The market pulses with color. Crimson pomegranates, deep green herbs, loaves of bread stacked high beside honeycombs that glisten in the warmth. Every sense is invited to the feast. Your hands reach for a handful of warm nuts. Your eyes follow the soft flutter of linen over a stall. Your tongue tingles with a drop of peppery olive oil on a crust of bread. It's not unlike the energy of a modern farmer's market. You know those mornings when you walk among stands, sampling fresh berries or listening to musicians in the sun, meeting friends for coffee before filling a canvas tote with whatever looks best. Here in Rome, the dynamics are timeless. The same sense of discovery, the same pleasure of mingling with neighbors and strangers, all sharing in the abundance and bustle. Isn't there a little thrill in the possibility of something new? A spice you haven't tasted, a fruit you've never tried, or a familiar dish prepared with an unexpected twist. Imagine the shade of an awning as you stop to taste a grape, its skin bursting with sweetness, juice cooling your mouth in a way that seems to slow the entire day, or dipping bread in oil so rich and fragrant that it transports you completely, much like savoring an especially ripe tomato in the high of summer at your own local stand. Every choice is an invitation to delight, to pause, to appreciate the simple luxury of flavor. If you could try one new food or scent from this ancient marketplace, what would you pick? Would it be the sweet musk of grapes warmed by the sun, the grassy depth of fresh-pressed olive oil, a wedge of cheese with a mysterious aroma, or maybe the sharp brightness of herbs crushed between your fingers? Only if you're interested, share your curiosity in the comments below. Your pick might inspire someone else's imagination or help someone discover a new favorite from centuries past. The market's chorus hums on, voices, footsteps, and the gentle clink of coins changing hands, drawing you further into the day. Without rush or noise, let yourself drift with the crowd, carrying the taste of the noon sun and the promise of more discoveries just beyond the next shaded alley. Behind towering walls and heavy wooden doors, discover the hidden sanctuaries of Roman life, quiet courtyards where nature whispers and time slows. As you step through the entrance, cool water from a softly babbling fountain greets you, the gentle sound weaving through narrow passages and along stone pathways. The air here is laced with rosewater, delicate and floral, drifting in from open windows and mingling with the fresh breath of herbs growing in terracotta pots. Beneath your feet, smooth mosaic tiles tell stories in glimmering patterns. Their cool surfaces soothe tired bare feet as you wander. The tiles are an intricate patchwork of colored stones, each set carefully to create images of myth, nature, and everyday Roman symbols. A timeless tapestry that invites your touch and sparks your imagination. Notice the gentle trickle of water overhead and the flutter of leaves in garden beds. Fragrant basil, lavender, and mint release soft scents that mingle with the earthiness of damp soil and stone. The courtyard is a hidden world of calm, a private retreat from the bustle beyond. As you walk, the subtle texture of warm stucco walls brushes against your fingertips, grounding you in the tactile past. Along one side, a household shrine, known as the Lararium, nestles between columns. Small statues and carvings rest here, guardians of the home and caretakers of family spirits. Civilians and patrons alike offer fresh flowers and small libations, honoring ancestors with quiet respect and sacred routine. A Lararium was a small domestic shrine in ancient Roman homes, devoted to protective household spirits and family ancestors. Have you ever found a place in your own home, a nook, a porch, or a garden that feels like a refuge? A spot where sound softens and the world slows? These Roman courtyards were more than architectural features. They were living spaces of contemplation, community, and care. Imagine toes warmed by the sun-dappled mosaic as you pause to listen to a nearby nightingale's song or the soft chirp of distant birds. The breeze carries petals, and petals carry memories, a reminder of home, resilience, and the gentle presence of what grounds us. If you have a moment, perhaps consider, where in your current world do you go to find quiet? A favorite chair? A peaceful bench? A garden path? Only if you'd like, share your peaceful places in the comments. Your gentle memory could inspire someone else to find calm this evening. As you leave this courtyard, stepping back into the marble streets and warm light of the city, carry the softness and stillness of this hidden garden with you, a sanctuary of the soul waiting in every home. The midday sun filters through open arches, spilling light onto the floor mosaics and painting gentle gold across the walls. You settle into the softness of a reclining couch in the Triclinium, the Roman dining room, propping yourself on one elbow as tradition dictates. By your side is a shallow plate of perfectly crisp bread, its crust crackling beneath your fingertips as you tear off a piece, the warmth rising up to meet you, mingling with the lighter notes of fresh herbs tossed across the table. A quiet hum of conversation fills the space, accompanied by occasional laughter and murmured toasts, the clink of pottery, and the slow pouring of watered wine. Around you, friends and family share stories of the day, plans made in marketplaces, hopes for good harvest, the latest street performance glimpsed by the fountain. Platters hold slices of grilled lamb, still steaming and scattered with dill, mint, and wild arugula, a touch of sharp green that sets off the rich earthiness of the meat. Olives, salted and glossy, pass from hand to hand, while wedges of fresh cheese and figs offer a sweetness that lingers long after each bite. Listen closely to the crisp bread, mingling softly with the hum of voices and leather clinks. The meal flows at an unhurried pace. With every bite and story, time stretches out in a gentle rhythm, far removed from the rush that so often marks modern life. Can you think of a lunch shared with friends or family, perhaps on a Sunday afternoon, in a sunlit kitchen or a favorite cafe, when time seemed to slow down and food and laughter became nourishment for both body and spirit? The Romans understood the Triclinium was much more than a dining room. It was a stage for connection, a haven for relaxation, and a testament to community. The soothing patterns in every conversation, compliments for the cook, questions about each other's families, quiet nods of agreement, invite you to simply be present, savoring both the flavors and the company. Imagine leaning back, your palm resting atop the textured pottery, the coolness of the cup letting you feel anchored amid swirling scents of lamb and bread. The sun climbs higher, bathing the gathering in a mellow glow, while a light breeze carries the faintest reminder of roses from the courtyard garden. With appetites gently sated and stories winding down, conversation turns naturally from food to what lies beyond the next corner. There's no hurry, only a promise that this comfort and connection will linger into the rest of the day, fueling new adventures yet to come. You rise slowly, carrying with you the taste of fresh herbs, the warmth of shared company, and the memory of midday peace, ready to step quietly into the next unfolding chapter of ancient Rome. Step into the bustling heart of the Roman marketplace, where color and texture weave a vivid tapestry before your eyes. The air hums with the gentle snip of scissors, the soft rustle of flowing fabrics, and the murmur of eager customers exploring the vibrant stalls. Feel the smoothness of silk slipping through your fingers, its delicate threads cool and shimmering against your skin. Nearby, bolts of richly dyed wool and linens lie folded in neat stacks, inviting touch and promising warmth. The scent of fresh leather mingles with the subtle spice of dyes and the earthy aroma of woven baskets. Observe a skilled tailor carefully measuring lengths of cloth, the snap of scissors cutting precisely through fabric, punctuating the market's rhythm. Shoes catch your eye too. Sturdy leather sandals crafted with care, their straps worn but sturdy, offering comfort for journeys through marble streets and sunlit plazas. Roman clothing was as much a statement as protection against the elements. The flowing toga, a garment reserved for citizens of status, drapes elegantly over the shoulders in carefully arranged folds. Women don the stola, a long sleeveless dress, often accompanied by a palla, a shawl worn gracefully over the head or shoulders. The toga was symbolic of Roman citizenship and status, while the stola signified a Roman woman's respectability and her place in society. These garments speak volumes about social order, tradition, and the artistry of the time. Imagine running your fingers along a loom-crafted fabric, the rough weave of wool contrasting with the softness of silk. Let the gentle sounds of market life wash over you. The soft chatter, the rhythmic cutting, the barter of goods, as you become part of this timeless scene. Have you ever stood in a local market admiring the craftsmanship of fabrics, or tried on a piece of clothing that made you feel connected to a culture or history? What textures or colors speak to your heart when you shop or dress? If you feel inclined, share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, gently connecting our modern lives with this ancient world. As the sun climbs higher and the market's rhythm carries on, let the swirl of colors and sounds accompany you onward to the grandeur of the Colosseum and the stories yet to unfold beyond its arches. Step closer now to the monumental silhouette of the Colosseum, rising proudly against the Roman sky. Feel the warmth of the morning sun as it spills over the ancient stones, casting long golden shadows that stretch across the surrounding piazza. The air carries the earthy scent of worn stone mingled with fresh grass sprouting stubbornly between the cracks, a subtle reminder that even the grandest creations yield to time. Beneath your feet, the cobblestones are smooth and familiar, worn down by countless footsteps over centuries, each one a silent echo of the past. Around you, the murmur of a gathering crowd swells, a low hum of anticipation that soon blooms into a crescendo of cheers and applause as if the very air pulses with the excitement of ages past. The Colosseum itself stands vast and open, a colossal amphitheater capable of holding tens of thousands of spectators. Imagine the roar of the crowd escalating as gladiators prepare, the clang of armor striking, the sharp calls of heralds carried on the breeze. It is a spectacle both thrilling and brutal, a dance of glory and survival played out in this grand arena. Picture the sunlight catching gleaming helmets, shining swords, and flowing cloaks as warriors stride onto the sandy arena floor. The sounds of pounding feet and clashing weapons mingle with distant trumpets and the cries of the crowd, wrapping around you in a living tapestry of sound and motion. Have you ever been part of a grand sporting event? Perhaps a stadium packed full during a championship game? Remember the swell of emotion, the surge of camaraderie among strangers united in shared anticipation. The Colosseum was the ancient world's version of that charged atmosphere, a place of awe, spectacle, and raw, palpable energy. Yet amid the roar, there was also space for quiet moments, the whispered prayers of hopeful spectators, the calm before the combat, the solemn respect for fallen heroes. The amphitheater was a microcosm of life itself, where joy and sorrow danced side by side beneath the sun. As you stand in the shadow of this monumental relic, feel the weight and wonder of history pressing gently upon you. The stones beneath your feet have borne witness to triumphs, tragedies, and the enduring human spirit. If you imagine yourself here, amid the throng and under the glowing sky, would you choose the thrill of the spectacle or the quiet corners where stories unfold softly? Have you felt such moments of awe in your own life? The hush before the big game, a concert's final note, or the hush of a natural wonder? If it feels right, you might share your own cherished memory of a live event that stirred your heart in the comments below. No rush, no pressure, just a gentle sharing among friends. Let the cheer of the ancient crowd fade softly as you turn away from the Colosseum's mighty arches, stepping into the unfolding story of Rome's enduring heartbeat. As the midday sun arcs high above the terracotta rooftops, the city of Rome pauses, bathed in a gentle hush that invites the world to slow. You find yourself stepping into a secluded courtyard, tucked behind ancient stone walls and shaded by the delicate lattice of trellises heavy with vines. The cool embrace of shade welcomes your skin, a silent refuge from the warmth of the afternoon. Close your eyes for a moment and hear the soft murmur of water splashing gently into a stone basin. The fountain's steady trickle dances lightly over time-worn marble, each drop sending cool ripples that shimmer in the dappled sunlight filtering through leafy branches. Nearby, a breeze stirs the leaves, carrying the fresh scent of garden herbs, mingled with a whisper of blooming jasmine, casting a calming perfume that settles over the space. In your hand is a simple cup filled with chilled pomegranate juice, its deep, ruby liquid glistening like jewels as you bring it to your lips. The first sip is cool and sweet, a refreshing burst that quenches and soothes, weaving into the rhythm of this serene oasis. Let the tangy richness linger on your tongue, mingling with the faint earthiness of stone and soil around you. The shade is soft, but firm beneath your feet as you settle onto a mosaic floor, the glassy tesserae cool and smooth against your bare toes. Around you, gentle birdsong threads through the air, the distant flutter of wings, and the occasional soft coo offering a quiet chorus. A breeze brushes past, caressing your cheek with the gentlest touch as the afternoon stretches luxuriously ahead. Imagine the lives that have passed through this space, the hurried steps of merchants seeking shade, travelers pausing to collect themselves, the silent prayers whispered beside the water. The serenity is tangible, a pause against the backdrop of a bustling city, where history breathes through every weathered stone and blooming bud. Have you ever, in your own life, found that perfect moment of stillness, a quiet bench in a park, the cool tile of a shaded porch, or the gentle hush of a library nook? What small retreat do you turn to when the noise of the day overwhelms? Consider this moment an invitation to rest and recharge, a space held just for you amid the ruins. As you sip your pomegranate juice for the last time, feel the tranquility deepen within, weaving into your breath and slow pulse. Let the calm of this courtyard accompany you as the city gradually awakens to afternoon's rhythm once more. And now, as the sun dips lower, we continue our wandering through ancient Rome, where every corner holds new stories waiting to be discovered. Step quietly behind the heavy oak doors of a Roman kitchen storeroom, where shadows mingle with scents that have traveled centuries to reach your senses. The air is warm and slightly thick, spiced with the earthy aroma of cumin, a fragrant and ancient seed cherished across the empire for its unique warmth and depth. Around you, shelves bear the weight of simple abundance, baskets brimming with dried figs, piles of freshly baked bread, still carrying the faint crispness of the oven, and jars of preserved olives resting in golden brine that glints in the soft light filtering through a small window. Listen for the rhythmic tapping of a wooden pestle striking a stone bowl, the mortarium, an essential tool for any Roman cook, used to crush and blend herbs, spices, and grains. The coarse inside of the mortarium holds the promise of flavor, where cumin seeds become powder that will soon journey into bubbling pots, infusing dishes with their warm scent. For those unfamiliar, the mortarium was an ancient Roman version of today's mortar and pestle, vital for unlocking the flavors of spice and herbs. Reach out and feel the texture of a freshly baked loaf, the crust rough and substantial, cracking lightly under your fingertips, yet promising a tender crumb within. Nearby, bunches of garlic bulbs spread their pungent perfume, mingling with the harsher tang of dried chilies and the sweet resinous hint of bay leaves. Imagine the warmth of the kitchen slowly growing as fires roar to life, and the scents of fresh food mingle: smoky roasted meat, sharp vinegar, mellow olive oil sizzle. The kitchen is alive, a place of creation and care, where simple ingredients are transformed. In Roman cooking, spices like cumin were treasures, carefully guarded and valued for their power to transport a meal beyond mere sustenance to a celebration of the senses. The mortarium allowed cooks to crush, mix, and marry these aromas into the very soul of their dishes. Have you ever ground spices or herbs yourself, feeling the subtle resistance beneath your fingers, while breathing in fragrances that remind you of faraway places or favorite meals? Imagine the rhythm of that motion, the changing textures beneath your palm, and the fragrant warmth that fills the air. As the morning chatter drifts in from the street outside, the clatter of footsteps, the rolling of carts, the distant call of vendors, feel the soothing backdrop of chopped wood and bubbling pots grow near, calling the day's work to begin. This storeroom is more than a pantry. It is a portal to the heart of Roman life, where the day's meals are born in scent and sound, texture and color. With an ear attuned to the soft scrape of blade on board and a nose drinking in spicy clouds, you are invited to linger a moment longer before stepping back into the lively rhythms of the city. What spice in your kitchen brings a special warmth or memory? Is it cinnamon, vanilla, or perhaps something more exotic like cardamom or star anise? If it feels right to you, gently share your treasured flavor in the comments below. Your little story may bring comfort or spark a happy memory in someone far away. As the kitchen doors close softly behind you, carrying the echoes of slicing and grinding, the story wanders onward to artisans shaping clay, painters mixing pigments, and the fragrant Roman shops alive with bustling creativity. Step quietly into the heart of Rome's artisan quarter, where the air holds whispers of creativity and crafts honed across generations. Imagine the scent of warmed clay, rich and earth-like, filling the workshop as a potter's hands coax and shape a lump of red earthenware. The smooth, cool texture of the clay yields slowly under gentle pressure, the wheel spinning steadily as the artisan molds a vessel destined to hold oil, wine, or fragrant herbs. Nearby, painters dip brushes into vibrant pools of pigment, mixing hues from crushed minerals and plants. The colors dance across their palettes, deep cobalt blues, fiery reds, and the softest ochres, as they apply delicate strokes to frescoes shimmering in the amber light filtered through wooden lattices. At another stall, the subtle sweetness of vanilla swirls through the air, mingling with the heady perfume of exotic oils and crushed flowers. Perfume makers work with care, blending scents that will soon cloak the wealthy and the devout alike. The rhythmic tapping of tools on stone mingles with soft music, drifting through open doorways. A gentle soundtrack of creation, echoing steps, and the murmur of curious tradesfolk and passers-by. As you trace your fingers along a bench dusted with powdered pigments, feel the fine grit, soft like sand, yet alive with centuries of tradition. The warm glow from the kiln casts flickering shadows that dance across shelves filled with finished pottery, jars, vases, and amphorae, each one carrying the mark of its maker's hands. Imagine strolling through a modern craft fair, inhaling fragrances from handmade soaps and candles, or marveling at the shimmer of hand-blown glass. Here, in ancient Rome, artisans celebrated both function and beauty, their work creating not only objects, but also joy and connection. Have you ever felt the soothing pull of creativity, shaping clay, mixing paint, or blending scents as a way to find calm and focus? What crafts invite you to slow down and lose yourself in the rhythm of making? If you feel inspired, please share in the comments. What artisan skill would you love to try for a day? Or, what small practice brings you relaxation and joy when life feels hurried? Your reflections can create a gentle circle of shared calm and creativity. Let the lingering perfume of vanilla and earth guide you onward, stepping deeper into the vibrant life and stories that fill the streets and heart of ancient Rome. As the day begins its gentle decline, the sun dips low over the horizon, casting a warm golden glow across the storied seven hills of Rome. The sky transforms into a canvas painted with hues of amber, rose, and soft violet, each color deepening the quiet majesty of the city bathed in this tender light. Feel the gentle cooling breeze that drifts down from the hillsides, brushing your skin and carrying with it the earthy scent of sun-warmed stone mingled with distant herbs from gardens perched above. The air feels alive with the soft rustle of leaves, the whispered promise of peaceful rest to come. Listen closely to the soothing chorus of cicadas as their evening song rises and falls in rhythmic waves, filling the fading day with a natural symphony that eases the mind and calms the spirit. Their persistent yet gentle hum is like the heartbeat of the ancient city itself, steady and enduring through centuries of change. Imagine the smooth tiles beneath your feet, warmed by the sun all day, now slowly cooling as shadows stretch and deepen. The texture is solid and reassuring, grounding you in the moment as twilight settles softly around you. The rooftops below catch the dying light, their terracotta tiles glowing softly like embers in a hearth, each one telling its own silent story of generations who watch the sunset in this timeless place. In these moments, the city breathes in a slower rhythm, inviting you to pause and soak in the serene beauty of day's end. It's much like sitting on your own porch as the world cools and quiets in the evening, a universal experience of rest and reflection that transcends time. Have you ever watched a sunset where the air turns cool and the calls of the night creatures begin to stir? Perhaps your mind drifts to a peaceful evening, wrapped in comfort, the sounds of cicadas or crickets lulling you into calm. If you feel inclined, take a moment to share in the comments below. What evening rituals or places bring you peace as the day fades? Whether it's a quiet porch, a favorite chair by the window, or a simple walk as the sun sets, your reflections might inspire others to find stillness in their own twilight moments. With the sun's last rays lingering on the hilltops and the gentle night chorus rising, you're invited to settle into a restful pace, carrying the calm of Rome's ancient hills into your own evening. Let this tranquil scene carry you forward as darkness softly descends, guiding you toward the next chapter in our journey through the heart of the Roman Empire. As dusk settles over the city of Rome, the air cools and softens, carrying the faint melodies of lyres and flutes from nearby homes. Lanterns flicker, casting golden pools of light across open courtyards where friends and family gather for the Convivium, the Roman evening banquet. Imagine reclining on cushioned lounges, the warm glow of oil lamps throwing dancing shadows on marble walls adorned with frescoes and delicate mosaics. The aroma of roasted nuts mingles with the sweet scent of honey cakes, their golden crusts glistening under the soft light. Platters arrive, heavy with the bounty of the day, spiced meats, fresh fruit, bread brushed with olive oil, and cheeses fragrant with herbs. The convivium is more than just a meal. It is an occasion of release, where laughter and song weave through the air, and conversation flows as freely as the aged wine poured into delicate cups. Friends exchange stories of the day's adventures, while others debate thoughtful topics, all wrapped in the comforting rhythm of shared presence. Taste the sweetness of honey cakes melting softly on the tongue, the crunch of chestnuts roasted over an open flame, the tang of pickled vegetables offering contrast to hearty roasts. As you savor each bite, feel the convivial warmth infusing the room, the care in preparation, the bonds of friendship, the gentle easing from day's work to evening rest. The music carries on, a serenade of strings and voices, and for a moment, the world slows to this perfect harmony of senses and spirit. The convivium is a daily ritual of renewal, reminding all who join of life's simple joys and the strength found in community. A convivium was the Roman term for a social banquet, where guests enjoyed a leisurely, multi-course meal with entertainment, much like a relaxed dinner party today. Can you recall a meal that brought laughter and relaxation to your own evenings? Perhaps a family dinner, a gathering of friends, or a quiet night with a favorite treat? How do these moments of togetherness nourish your spirit as much as your body? If it feels right to you, gently share your own memories of evening meals that softened your day, bringing lightness and laughter. No pressure. Your story may be the gentle warmth another listener needs tonight. As the evening deepens and voices lower to whispers, carry the peace of the Roman table with you into your own night, knowing that the heart of the ancient city beats still with songs of friendship and feasting. Let us now drift towards the closing moments of the day, nestled among the stars that blanket the Roman sky. The city softly dims under a twilight sky, the warmth of the day giving way to the velvet hush of evening. Within quiet courtyards and candle-lit chambers, friends and family gather close, voices slowing as night settles over ancient rooftops. Near you, a musician plucks a lyre, a delicate melody rising and falling, each note gentle as a whispered memory floating on the cool air. The tune wraps the room in calm, blending with the subtle creak of wooden chairs and the comforting, low hum of satisfied conversation. A slender cup of mulled wine rests in your hands, its warmth radiating through your palms and carrying with it hints of honey, cinnamon, and the tang of grapes ripened beneath Mediterranean sun. With every sip, the flavors deepen, inviting you further into the peaceful rhythms of the night. The air shimmers with the sweet scent of burning lavender incense, its fragrance winding in soothing threads through the shadows, a balm for the mind, promising restful dreams ahead. Stories begin to unfurl, shared softly as stars awaken outside. One person recounts a tale of old adventures, voyages across foreign seas, fortune found and lost in distant lands, while another describes a simple, joyful memory of childhood, laughter echoing long after the story has faded. The room pulses with trust and imagination, the flicker of oil lamps casting animated shapes on textured walls. Can you recall a time when a bedtime story, a gentle song, or the warmth of a familiar voice helped to soothe you at the end of a long day? Many people today seek this comfort in bedtime. Rituals, maybe a favorite audiobook, a soothing podcast, or a quiet chat shared over a nightcap. The traditions of nighttime storytelling remain unbroken, linking us to the Romans and to countless generations before. The sound of the lyre lingers in the background, its resonance weaving a lullaby through the scented air. All around, eyelids grow heavier, movements slow, and the world seems to breathe and settle as one. Is there a story, a melody, or a scent that helps you drift toward rest? A modern echo of these ancient Roman nights? If it feels right to you, perhaps share in the comments what evening ritual or gentle story helps you find calm before sleep. No pressure. Your memory may bring comfort or a smile to someone listening far away. As the last notes fade and lavender swirls softly through the lamplight, the evening draws peacefully to a close. Tomorrow may bring new adventure, but tonight, let restful dreams carry you, watched over by music, memory, and the gentle heart of Rome. As the city of Rome quiets beneath the blanket of night, you find yourself stepping onto a rooftop terrace. The stones beneath your bare feet feel cool against your skin, a gentle contrast to the warmth left by the day's sun. Above you, the sky stretches wide, a deep velvet canvas studded with countless stars, their soft light twinkling like whispered secrets from a time long past. Take a slow breath and inhale the crisp night air, tinged faintly with the scent of jasmine drifting up from terraces below and the faint earthiness of cooling stone. The world below, with its murmuring streets and fading lamps, seems a soft hum in the distance, while the heavens above invite your gaze to wander freely without hurry or concern. Trace the pattern of familiar constellations spread across the dark sky: the Great Bear, the shining Orion, or the gentle Cassiopeia. Each star holds a story, an ancient name passed down through generations and across cultures. In Roman times, these lights guided travelers, inspired poets, and sparked countless dreams. Feel the smoothness of the cool tiled floor beneath you, grounding you in this moment of quiet wonder. The tile surface, worn by time and footsteps, holds a serene chill that invites you to pause, to listen to your breath and the faint stirrings of the night. Perhaps you reach out and brush your hand along a potted lavender plant set at the terrace's edge. The delicate fragrance mingles with the night air, a soothing balm that blends with the starry silence. Nearby, a gentle breeze carries soft rustles of ivy climbing the stone walls, completing a symphony of texture and scent designed to calm the mind. Imagine the chorus of the city subsiding, no longer the bustle of markets or chatter of neighbors, but the gentle echo of footsteps fading into sleep, of distant dogs barking softly, and the occasional flutter of wings as night birds make their rounds. If you have ever found comfort in gazing at stars, whether from a quiet porch, a camping trip under a vast sky, or a moment stolen from the demands of daily life, you know how those points of light can anchor us, remind us of eternity, and cradle our hopes. What hopes or dreams do you carry with you into the night? Are there wishes whispered beneath the stars that hold special meaning? Tonight, as you settle into this calm, consider sharing your own stargazing moments or peaceful night rituals in the comments below. If you feel so moved, your reflections may gift gentle calm to others seeking rest. Let your gaze linger a moment longer, and as the city sleeps and stars wheel silently overhead, feel your thoughts soften, your breath deepen, and a quiet peace settle over you. With each exhale, surrender to the rhythm of night, the hush of ancient Rome, the glimmer of distant lights, and the enduring promise of dawn. A faint buzz cuts through your sleep as morning tiptoes in, signaling the world's return. You blink in the pale wash of dawn light peeking through your curtains, the memory of distant marble streets and olive-scented air lingering just beyond reach. Your bed, much softer now, welcomes your slow stretch, inviting you to reacquaint yourself with the present, your present. The familiar scent of fresh coffee drifts in from the kitchen, a modern aroma as warming as the honeyed notes of an ancient Roman breakfast. You curl your hand around the cup, feeling its gentle heat seep into your palms, a comfort both ordinary and profoundly grounding. Each sip sharpens your senses, blending the flavor of bittersweet roast with a promise of renewed energy. The sleep-soaked hush of your home echoes with subtle cues of a new day. The muted soundscape of distant car engines, the click of a thermostat, the soft creak of floorboards as someone begins their own morning ritual. Light floods the room gradually, patterns shifting on the comforter, much like the sunrise painting mosaics on ancient villa walls. Can you feel the subtle connection? The way a past life's awakening seems to echo in the spirit of your morning routine? Perhaps your habit of savoring a quiet moment before emails and notifications is not so different from the stillness of ancient Rome, when the city, too, paused before bursting into song and labor. Sometimes, the wisdom of those early hours invites curiosity. What piece of their ritual would you borrow? The calm of linen against skin, the patient enjoyment of a simple meal, or the rhythm of communal voices setting a gentle pace for the day? Modern mornings can be just as sacred if you let them slow and unfold. Many today chase productivity from the moment alarm clocks ring, but there's a gentle rebellion in sitting quietly, noticing how morning light plays on your wall, how the flavors of breakfast linger, and how a sip of coffee can anchor you through the noise of now. Is there a part of your routine, large or small, that brings you peace before the hurry returns? If it feels right, share below a habit, taste, or object from your morning that brings you calm or curiosity. Maybe it's a moment with a pet, a favorite mug, an old family recipe, or simply the few minutes you allow yourself to wake slowly. Your reflection may offer comfort or new inspiration to someone easing into their own day. As you fully wake, let the shadows of Rome slip gently away, carrying with them a quiet lesson. Whether surrounded by marble or concrete, history or headline, every morning holds the chance to begin again, with wonder, with gratitude, and with the ancient, endless breath of possibility close at hand. When you are ready, go forward softly into your modern world, carrying a little ancient calm in your pocket, a gentle curiosity in your step, and the understanding that each new dawn connects us all, if only for a moment, across centuries of dreams and waking light. As the night deepens, the world outside quiets to a gentle hush. The memory of ancient marble and torchlit halls lingers softly in your mind, echoing like a slow, reassuring heartbeat. Picture yourself wrapped in the warmth of a favorite blanket, nestled in comfort as the last moments of the journey settle around you. A single candle glows at your side, its flame flickering and graceful, painting the room with tender golden shadows. Watching its light grow dim, you might sense a calm similar to the hush in an old temple as dusk falls, a silence deep enough for reflection, soft enough for dreams. Let images drift across your thoughts. The rough coolness of linen sheets, the sun-dappled courtyards filled with the scent of rosewater, music floating through lamplit banquets, and the night air alive with the chorus of cicadas. Remember the sweet tang of figs at breakfast, the smooth pattern of mosaic tiles beneath your feet, and the stars wheeling above as Rome slumbered beneath their ancient watch. Have you noticed how such moments linger long after the day has passed? Like the gentle beat of your own heart, these memories can become a wellspring of peace, inspiring stillness, gratitude, and warmth whenever the world feels hurried or restless. Just as many people today hold on to a favorite story, song, or memory in times of unease, so too can you let the spirit of this journey stay close, a calming ember ready to light your night. The warmth gathering beneath your blanket is more than physical. It's the glow of shared discovery, the gentle hum of curiosity ignited and cared for. Whether you wandered through sunlit streets, savored ancient flavors, or found comfort beneath the starlit sky, every detail now nestles quietly within. If it feels right, before you drift into sleep, perhaps reflect on what scene or sensation from tonight's journey brought you the most calm. Was it a particular image? The slow pour of honey on bread, the flicker of a candle, the touch of cool tile beneath your feet, or maybe just the sense of being immersed in wonder at your own gentle pace? only if you'd like. You are welcome to share your peaceful memory or favorite moment in the comments below. No pressure. Your words, held softly, may offer comfort or inspiration to someone else easing into rest. As the candle's glow fades and the empire of dreams opens before you, know that these images, sounds, and feelings remain a part of you, ready to comfort, to calm, and to invite wonder whenever you need them most. Good night, and may the gentle heart of Rome stay with you, lighting the way toward restful sleep and the promise of new, gentle adventures ahead. If it feels right to you, as you rest tonight, perhaps share in the comments what part of this journey touched you the most. Was it a particular scent, a simple taste, or a calming image that brought you peace? Or maybe a small ritual or memory that helps you slow down and feel connected? Your gentle sharing might cradle someone else's heart, offering quiet comfort across the miles.